It's a revolution. Si el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza, ya empezamos. Si el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza, ya empezamos. Si el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza, ya empezamos. Mi música no discrimina a nadie, así que vamos a romper.
Hey my doe-eyed devils! First we're going to start off with an oversized graphic t-shirt. Figure out how short you want the top to be and then raise your hands up in the air to make sure no one can see your boobies. Unless that's what you want. Now we're going to cut it, but we're only going to cut the front because we want to keep the design at the back. Now I'm going to turn the shirt over and I'm going to cut up the side seam and then around the graphic design up at the back. But I'm not cutting into the sleeve at all. This back part is going to be the front of my skirt. Now we're going to fold that piece in half. The top measurement is going to be 1/4 of your waist minus 1/2 inch. And 7 inches down from that is going to be 1/4 of your hip measurement minus 1/2 inch. And then it should go straight down from there to the hem. Unless you want it tight, then you should bring in the bottom about 1 inch or 2. So now we're just going to cut it based on those measurements. And you can see all the old spots there at the bottom because it's a really old shirt that my dad had. Now we're going to get our stretch fabric and we're going to trace that part that we just cut out on it. Because my butt isn't completely flat, I'm adding 1.5 inches to the sides. And at the bottom, I'm going to go down 3/4 of an inch. 3/4? Yeah, 3/4 of an inch like towards the center. So you're going to see me do like a little curve at the bottom here. My butt tends to make the back of the skirts and dresses go up a bit. So this is ensuring it looks evil, oh my gosh, equal all the way around. Okay, so at this point, we're gonna get some mesh fabric and we're gonna add panels to the side. I made mine 1.5 inches wide, but then I added 1/4 inch to each side. So that's 1.5 plus 1/4, plus 1/4 and 1/4, which will make it 2 inches. So this panel is 2 inches wide and it's the length of the skirt. We're also going to use that same stretch fabric that we had just now, the black one, and we're gonna add a bit right to the top of the mesh. Because I wear big panties, I don't want everyone in my business, so I made these pieces the same width as the mesh panels and about 3 inches long, so you can't see my panties when I wear it. So here I'm cutting it out 3 inches long, 2 inches. So it's just going to go at the top right there. So we're going to sew this piece at the top of the mesh panel, and then we're going to sew the panel to the front and the back of the skirt. This is it sewn. Don't worry about the excess mesh on the bottom, we're just going to cut it off. I had top stitch the seam allowance under the front part of the skirt as shown, so I'll do the same to the back. It stops the seam allowance from peeking out under the mesh. See, look, it's going to look so much better. It's not going to be peeking out. Oh, my nails popping though. Yes, matte nails, yes. Okay. I'm going to be cutting this a bit shorter. Okay, so now we're going to cut out your waist measurement from a piece of elastic. You're going to pin the ends to sew it. I'm just going to do a straight stitch going down like that. Your waistband is going to be the length of the elastic plus your seam allowance times 2. So the length of the elastic and then your 1/4 inch and your 1/4 inch, which is like a 1/2 inch. The height is going to be double the elastic plus your seam allowance. So now we're going to sew the ends, and this is it sewn. We're going to put the elastic inside the round side of the waistband and fold the waistband over and pin. So we're just going to pin it all around as shown. Now we're going to get the skirt and we're going to find the center back of the skirt and attach the back of the waistband to the center back of the skirt with the raw sides meeting as shown. And then we're going to pin that in place. After that, we're going to find the center front of the skirt and attach it to the front of the waistband. The center front is going to be directly opposite the center back. So here I am pinning to the center back. And I'm pretty much just gonna fold in half, which is gonna show the center front right there. I'm gonna pin the front of the waistband to that. And then we're gonna attach the side seams of the skirt to the waistband. The skirt is bigger than the waistband, so there's gonna be a gap, and you're gonna see it shortly. Right, so there's going to be a gap. So when we're stitching, we're actually going to stretch it while sewing. And that's going to help make it meet to the waistband. See? So hold it and stretch like this while sewing. Okay, so we have sewn on the waistband. And don't forget to hem the bottom. I'm just adding some color to the design because it looks a bit washed out to me. So I'm just painting on some stuff just to make it a little darker. Patty pat 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 pat. On to the front of the shirt. This is so easy. Okay, so this is how the shirt looks after the color at the back, right? So you have this big open space that's not cute. So determine how tight you want the bottom of the shirt to fit and how short you want the sleeves to be. So I'm just gonna fold it here. That's how short I want my sleeves to be. Now I'm cutting out the sleeves, and then you're just going to arrange the back of the shirt as shown, ensuring that the edges of the open area that we cut out has no folds or gathers. So we're just making sure it's nice and neat, going all the way around like that. Now we're going to smack our mesh right over the shirt and cut it out as shown. We're pretty much following the shape of the cutout of the actual shirt. With the right side of the shirt up, we are going to pin the shirt to the mesh and we're going to sew it. So you see how that is there? With the right side of the shirt up, and I did it this way because it's easier. We're pretty much just going to pin the mesh as shown like this. Right side facing, and we're going to do that all the way around. So this is how it looks pinned. And when I sewed it one side, then I did the top, and then I did the other side. I did it all separate. So I took out the machine, then I did one side, took out the machine, and did the other side. This is to ensure that the corners are cornered and sharp and not rounded. Now I'm just going to stretch out the hem and the sleeves so that they curl up a bit. You know how jersey fabric is. And you can hem them if you want, but I was getting a bit sleepy and tired. And here I am just trying to bring out the Batman signal thing, signing. And there you have it, it's done.
Si el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza, ya empezamos como es. Mi música no discrimina a nadie, así que vamos a romper. Toda mi gente se mueve. Mira el ritmo como lo tiene. Hago música que entretiene. El mundo nos quiere, me quiere a mí. Toda mi gente se mueve, 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 mueve. Gente se mueve, 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 mueve. Entonces que el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza. Ya empezamos como es. Mi música no disimula. Toda mi gente se mueve, mueve. Mira el ritmo como lo tiene. Hago música que entretiene. El mundo nos quiere, mueve, mueve. Que el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza. Ya empezamos como es. Toda mi gente se mueve, mi gente se mueve, mi gente se mueve, mi gente se mueve, mi gente se mueve. Si el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza, ya empezamos. Si el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza, ya empezamos. Si el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza, ya empezamos. Mi música no discrimina a nadie, así que vamos.
Estamos rompiendo la discoteca, la fiesta no para apenas comienza. C'est comme si, c'est comme ça, ma chérie, la 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 la.
Que el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza, ya empezamos como es. Mi música no discrimina. Toda mi gente